Happy Fat Tuesday to all of you. Happy Mardi Gras, because you know what tomorrow is. Ash Wednesday, beginning of our season of Lent. So thank you for taking just a few minutes. I'm going to give you a little overview of what we got planned for you and for us to really elevate and hopefully make this a really beautiful season of spiritual enrichment. So let me start really quick. This is the Gospel of Mark, chapter 1, verse 12, when he says, "The Spirit drove Jesus out into the desert, and he remained there for 40 days, tempted by Satan." Before Jesus could begin the work of his Father, he went on a retreat, a 40-day retreat to clear his mind and focus his energies and renew his spirit and his commitment as the Son of God. He prayed, fasted, gave himself in sacrifice. This retreat was a cleansing, and that is what the season of Lent is all about. It began 2,000 years ago with Jesus going into that desert. And if Jesus needed the Lenten experience, I know I do. And I'm guessing maybe so do you, for sure. It's just a time to, spiritually recenter, assess, to cleanse, refresh, to commit ourselves, like Jesus, once again, to the faith that we profess and embrace, that we might walk more boldly with our God. We need this, and so let's do it together. So tomorrow, Ash Wednesday, begins our desert retreat of 40 days or 5 weeks, just like Jesus. And we're not going to aimlessly wander out there in the desert, but we'll take each of the 5 weeks of Lent, and we're going to give each one of them a focus, a theme that we can reflect on during the week that can direct our minds and our hearts as we move through the 7 days that is before us. Our team will share about that theme that week in their reflections. A visual aid will also each week help us remember what that theme is. So real quickly, here we go. There are 5 weeks of Lent, so there are 5 themes that we're going to take. It all begins this coming Sunday, the first full week of Lent. So our week 1, the theme is almsgiving, a classic one in the Catholic spiritual life. And almsgiving, it's more than throwing a few extra dollars in a collection plate or for a cause. It's about reaching out to others and helping them as we acknowledge and give thanks for the blessings that fill our lives, to the point that we're able to share a little of this goodness. We kind of pay it forward, like Jesus. And that's what we call almsgiving, or here at the God Minute, we call it also alms sharing. That all begins this coming Sunday for our first full week of Lent. And the icon to help us remember that, the cross. Week 2. Lent is essentially one act of prayer spread out over 40 days. So our theme, the second week, is prayer. We're going to look at it a little bit more closely, intensely. As we pray, we go on a journey, one that hopefully brings us closer to Jesus and leaves us, changed by that encounter with him. The prayer during Lent is penitential and reflective in nature. And the icon for the prayer that week that we're going to use is the pretzel. And you may be thinking, what? Well, you'll find out that second week on Sunday. Week 3, we got almsgiving 1, prayer for week 2. Week 3 is fasting, another classic theme. It's an ancient spiritual practice that helps us do the one thing we as humans are terrible at doing: self-denial. Wait, we're horrible. Okay, I'll say it. I'm horrible at that. When I want something, I want something. Saying no to our immediate desires in the recognition that the yeses should always be directed towards God. And so our image for this week of Lent fasting is the fish. Week 4, the theme, penance. Classic. In the Lenten desert, we uncover aspects of our personality and lifestyles that might be less than Christ-like and stained with sin. Penance is the focus of this week, where we can look at that more clearly and maybe ask God's help in letting them die, that we might let go of them. Finally, our 5th week of Lent, the theme is abstinence, simplicity. So it's only when we create an empty space that something else can fill it. By simplifying our lives, by abstaining from things in our lives, we're given room for God to step in and expand. Right? Abstinence, simplicity is about letting go of things that have crowded our lives and taken our attention, our desire, off of Jesus. And our image for this week, the 5th week, the pelican. So friends, there you have it. That's the season of Lent before us. That's where we're going to be heading. We'll be marked tomorrow with ashes to the forehead that will show we are united in this journey. I gotta say, I love getting them, and I love when the priest kind of does it big and bold and it's all over my forehead. Because when I go out, when I go work out or I do whatever it is, people see that, and probably many of them wonder, what is that dirt on his face? And it gives me an opportunity to explain something beautiful to someone who may not know. But so that's tomorrow. We'll be marked with those ashes. And then we'll have a few days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, to kind of get ready before starting our first full week on this coming Sunday. That's where we're heading. Thank you for wanting to walk this road to Calvary with us as family together at the God Minute. So much better than walking it alone. God bless you, friends, and be sure all Lenten season we'll have one page on our website and app that'll have all of the information as we move through. It's kind of a clearinghouse for everything, and that is at the bottom of the app, there's a little thing that says Lent. Just click that, it goes right to the page. All right, friends, God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy, what do you eat on Mardi Gras? I don't know, whatever, red beans and rice, your king cake, and celebrate, because tomorrow we start a beautiful season together. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.